Hello and welcome to Raju Notes channel, your pit stop for weekly current affairs updates. The updates tailor-made for students taking all kinds of competitive exams like UPSC, civils, defense and placement interviews. Please subscribe to the channel and stay updated every Sunday.
The Unique Identification Authority of India (UIDAI) has partnered with IIT Bombay to develop a touchless biometric capture system that will allow fingerprint authentication from home. Researchers have combined image processing and machine learning technologies with mobile phone to make the system widely acceptable. The system is expected to capture multiple fingers at one go. The Department of Consumer Affairs Secretary Rohit Kumar told Business Standard that the government will soon require social media influencers who promote health and wellness related products to display their qualifications. If you are saying this food is good or bad, you must disclose that you are qualified to say that. Otherwise, it can be majorly misleading, Kumar said. The test of English as a foreign language (TOEFL) will now take less than 2 hours to complete instead of 3 hours from July 2023. According to the Educational Testing Service (ETS), test takers will see their official score release date upon completion of the test. Additionally, they will receive real-time notifications of change to their score status. The United States briefed India and some other like-minded countries after shooting down the Chinese spy balloon in February this year. General Kenneth S. Wilbach, commander of US Pacific Air Force, said, "The talks with most of the air chiefs of the region were held behind closed doors." General Wilbach, who is currently on an official visit to India, added the same. The National Capital Region Transport Corporation (NCRTC) has named India's first semi-high-speed regional rail services as Rapidix. The Regional Rapid Transit System (RRTS) will help connect urban nodes of the National Capital Region (NCR). As per the NCRTC, the X signifies next generation technology and new age mobility solutions. It also represents youth, optimism, and energy, NCRTC said. Following Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky's letter to Prime Minister Narendra Modi seeking help amid the ongoing war with Russia, India will send school buses among other additional humanitarian help. The letter seeking help was handed over to the Union Minister of State for External Affairs, Meenakshi Lekhi, by Ukraine's first Deputy Foreign Minister, Imain Depozora, during her visit to India. Around 50 personnel of United Kingdom's elite troops have been deployed in Ukraine amid its ongoing war with Russia, alleged leaked documents from the United States claim. According to the document dated 23rd March, the United Kingdom has the largest contingent of special forces in Ukraine, with 50, followed by few NATO nation states like Latvia 17, France 15, United States 14, and Netherlands 1. More than 7,000 dancers and over 3,000 drummers and other musicians together performed Bihu dance for 15 minutes at Assam's Saru Sujai Stadium, creating 2 Guinness World Records. The records that have been created include largest Bihu dance performance and largest performance of traditional music. The artists will perform again in Prime Minister Narendra Modi's presence on Friday this week. The dollar fell to a 2-month low on Thursday after data showed that US inflation slowly sharpened in March. The United States Consumer Price Index (CPI) inflated stood at 5% year-on-year in March, down from 6% in February. The dollar index fell to 101.2, its lowest since the start of February. Core inflation picked up at 5.6% from 5.5% in February. Pakistan will ship 230 containers loaded with arms and ammunition to Ukraine in a bid to help the latter in its war against Russia, which began on February 24 last year, according to a report. The containers will reportedly be shipped from Karachi port this month. Notably, Pakistan is also seeking Russia's help in modernizing its aircraft engines. A video has surfaced online showing AI robot Ameka, developed by the United Kingdom startup Engineered Arts. Speaking several languages, the robot, which has hyper realistic facial expressions, can speak languages including English, Japanese, German, and Chinese, among the others. In the video, the robot also devised a tongue twister in Japanese. Engineered Arts described as the world's most advanced robot. French President Emmanuel Macron on Wednesday said that being a US ally doesn't mean being a vassal. We have the right to think for ourselves, he added. This comes amid a row over his recent remarks that Europe should have an independent foreign policy on Taiwan and should not follow US or China. Japanese Finance Minister Shunichi Suzuki stated that Japan, India, and France will announce a new platform to coordinate the restructuring of Sri Lanka's debt. Speaking after the G7 finance leaders meeting, Suzuki mentioned it will be very nice if China will join the platform. The platform is expected to include meeting of creditors nations to discuss the debt. Chinese President Xi Jinping has alerted the People Liberation Army PLA to strengthen training for actual combat amid ongoing tension with the United States and Taiwan. Xi Jinping told that the military should resolve to defend China's territorial sovereignty and maritime interests. Notably, the United States and Philippines are currently holding their largest ever military drills along the South China Sea. A hole in a 965-kilometer long fault line has been discovered at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean, and it could trigger a magnitude 9 earthquake on the US coast, said researchers. The hole, called as Pythia's Oasis, releases liquid which has been trapped 4 kilometers below the seafloor into the ocean. The fluid acts as a lubricant between the tectonic plates. Ford's Blue Cruise technology, which allows drivers to take their hands off the wheel while driving, has been received and approved in United Kingdoms. With this, Britain has become the first nation in Europe to approve this kind of technology. Currently available in Ford's 2023 Mustang Mach-E, the technology can control the car but will also ensure that the driver remains alert.
And now for the segment where we see the events that unfolded this week back in history.
9th April 2003, Fall of Baghdad. Baghdad fell to United States-led forces on this day in 2003, several weeks after the start of the Iraq War. A conflict began to oust Iraqi President Saddam Hussein because of his supported possession of weapons of mass destruction, which were later found out to be untrue. 10th April 1938, Anschluss approved in Austria. In a controlled plebiscite in Austria this day in 1938, soon after Adolf Hitler's invasion of the country, 99.7% of Austrians approved the Anschluss, the political unification of Austria and Germany. 11th April 1814, Napoleon's abdication at Fontainebleau. On this day in 1814, during the Napoleon's War, Napoleon was facing an invasion of France by forces bent on his overthrow and pressed by his own officers, abdicated unconditionally at Fontainebleau. 12th April 1981, launch of first space shuttle. On this day in 1981, NASA launched the first space shuttle Columbia, which was designed to orbit Earth, transport people and cargo to and from the orbiting spacecraft, and glide onto a runway like landing on its return to the Earth. April 1985, Alfred Dreyfus imprisoned on Devil's Island. Accused of selling military secrets to Germany and convicted in an irregular trial against the backdrop of anti-Semitism, French officer Alfred Dreyfus was imprisoned this day in 1895 on Devil's Island off French Guiana. 14th April 1865, Abraham Lincoln shot. On this day in 1865, just after the effective end of the American Civil War, United States President Abraham Lincoln was shot by John Wilkes Booth while attending a production at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C., and died the next morning. 15th April 1912, sinking of the Titanic. On this day in 1912, the British luxury passenger liner Titanic sank en route to New York City from Southampton, Hampshire, England, after striking an iceberg during its maiden voyage. Some 1,500 people died.
Well, that's all, friends, for this week's updates. See you soon next Sunday on the same channel. Till then, take care. Bye bye.